All right, so a couple days ago, right? Maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, I started getting some symptoms. Like I was in my room, I was sitting in my bed watching TV. I ate a little bit, ate something. Next thing you know, I started getting some symptoms where my throat was getting sore, my stomach started hurting. I started getting I looked inside my mouth, I seen that my tonsils were swollen. I got a little bit of a headache and a fever and stuff like that. So with all this COVID madness going on, I got a little nervous, as I should. So I went and called my doctor. At the beginning, they were giving me a hard time trying to get me tested. They did not want to get me tested. I had a doctor hang up on my face, told me that basically even if I did have it, that there isn't anything they can do for me. So I might as well just self-quarantine. And regardless of what, they're prioritizing people that got underlying conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and stuff like that. And anybody else basically can just handle it on their own. They didn't even want to test me. The doctor, and as I was speaking, the doctor just hung up on me. He didn't even want to talk anymore. Just said basically, even if you got it, you're on your own. So I went and called back the next day because I was experiencing even more severe symptoms. I was finally able to get them to agree to get me tested. So I finally, through my primary doctor, I got an appointment to get a COVID testing, right? So that's what I'm here now. As you can see, they got everybody out here in suits. They got cars. Every car is at least 6 feet away from each other. 6 feet away from each other. They got a little tent and stuff set up over there. I guess that's where they take their their tests to, or whatever. They store it there until whatever they ship them out, or however they test them. And then to be honest with you, as the days went by, I started taking a probiotic, a vitamin C, vitamin D, and a couple other vitamins and stuff like that. And so I started feeling a little better. My sore throat went away, my headache went away, the fever went down. I still have a sore, upset stomach. Like I can't really hold any food in, but I still wanted to get tested just in case, because there's some people that they say that they go without symptoms, or even if the symptoms subside, they still could be positive. So just to make sure, for me and my family's sake, I needed to be positive that I was either negative or positive. And so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here today for. Like, a lot of people are scared to get testing. A lot of people make excuses. A lot of people just they're scared. I find that in the minority community a lot. We're always scared of doctors. Like, you find older Hispanic or African American males that are real reluctant to go to a doctor's, real reluctant to go to a hospital or to take any type of test, because I guess they're scared of the results. But to me, not knowing and uncertainty was way more excruciating than actually knowing a definite result. So inshallah, God willing, this test comes back negative, and I can go about my quarantine the way I was. Either way, I'm gonna still continue with the same precautions. I could sleep a little better now knowing that I'm negative. And if I'm positive, I'm gonna continue with the same treatment as I've been doing. I've been isolating myself. I haven't seen my family in days. I haven't talked to my mom. I haven't seen my mother, my father, my brothers, or my girl that's currently pregnant with my child. I can't even be around her because she, if I'm positive, I don't want to, pass on the virus to anybody else, especially her being pregnant. It's been kind of a struggle because having to keep your distance and stuff. Like, it's you feel isolated, and you are isolated, but you feel like you're alone sometimes and stuff, because you can't really be in the presence of other people. So you feel like you're in a prison by yourself. Now, granted, I've done time and I've been incarcerated. I did 7 years in prison, in the New Jersey Department of Corrections. So it's not really a far stretch for me. But regardless, being away from my family for that long, I kind of never wanted to go through that again. And it's crazy how I come home after doing 7 years in prison, and I'm back to being separated from my family and having to be isolated, and it's like I'm doing time once again. And the funny thing is, I was on house arrest and I got taken off March 14th. I completed parole and they took me off of house arrest. I was completely free. I completed everything. I was, a free man. I no longer belong to the NJDOC, to the Department of Corrections, and literally like a week later, they quarantined us and I had to go back in the house. It's just kind of ironic how that is, right? Like, I was begging to get off of parole and to finally complete parole, and then once I complete, I'm on quarantine. Like, but sometimes you just got to sit back and laugh and be able to smile even during through hard times. Now, granted, that doesn't mean I'm not worried. I've been worried to death, because I know I'm a healthy individual and I'm young. I'm 29 years old. I don't have any underlying conditions. I don't have heart disease, diabetes, or anything like that, or asthma or nothing. But we've heard plenty of people that were healthy and young that passed away from this virus. And then we've heard about older people that were in their 90s and 80s. Like, I heard a story about a Vietnam veteran that, I think he was a Vietnam veteran, or was one of those wars, but he was a veteran. He was up in age, and he was able to still defeat the virus, and he recovered from it. So it's like, we really don't know what to go off of right now. Like, everything is uncertain. Like, nothing is certain about this virus. We don't know nothing about it yet. We only know a little bit. It takes time to learn that. So people say that you're young and you can defeat it and you're more likely to defeat it, but there's been cases where that hasn't been true. So I was a little worried. I'm about to be a father this year in August. My son is gonna be with us in August, and I just hope to God that I'm still here, and I'm blessed with the opportunity to actually be a father and raise my child and teach him everything I learned, and just pass down the knowledge that I've gained through my trials and tribulations to my son and make him a better man than me. So that's what I'm praying to God, inshallah, that I'm found negative. If I'm negative, then that's a blessing, and if I'm positive, then I'm just gonna fight. That's one thing I'm never gonna stop doing, is I'm gonna fight and fight until I beat this, and once I beat it, I'm gonna be that much stronger. But that's basically, however, to be honest with you, I'm kind of optimistic about this, because I'm optimistic for this reason. Like, I even if I am positive, my immune system must be kicking that virus's butt, because I feel okay now. Like a couple days ago, I was feeling a little bad. Like, I had, like I said, sore throat, a stomach upset stomach. I had a little bit of a mild fever. I had a headache. I was cold sweats and stuff like that at night. But now I feel everything is gone. The only thing that's still actually persistent is my stomach. My stomach's still hurting a little bit, but other than that, I'm fine. I feel perfectly fine. I don't have any fever. I don't have a headache. I don't have a sore throat. I don't have any cough. I can breathe pretty easily. I have no shortness of breath. Only thing I have is my stomach hurting. So hopefully this was just a stomach virus, and maybe I was just being a little over worried or paranoid, or what you call it. But it's better being safe than sorry, man. So everybody that's watching this video, please take this virus seriously. It's real out here. I know 2 people who contracted the virus. One of my closest friends, that's like a brother to me, he contracted the virus. He has it. He's been tested positive. And then my older cousin has also been tested positive. And then I know somebody that passed away a couple days ago, where they're still uncertain if it was caused of corona or not. Yes. Okay. All right. So another thing I'm worried about, I don't know if I'm too worried about it, but that is definitely a thought. Is this gonna hurt? I heard they shove like a straw up your nostril all the way to the back till it reaches to your throat area through your nose. That's pretty far back, man. That might hurt, but hey, man, ain't nothing that, a little bit of pain, but it's worth it, even if it does hurt. But let's see what happens. Okay. Here goes the guy right there. Looks like he's getting ready to go test somebody right now. Okay. As you can see, they're walking up to your car. They're not they're not letting you out of the car whatsoever, which is kind of a good thing, which is actually a great thing. Being the fact that you don't okay, here we go.
Omar!
Yeah, hey.
I am the Martian that's going to take care of you.
I wish I had one of those suits.
Here you go, Omar.
I wish I had one of those suits.
Omar Navarre, right?
Yes, that's me.
Here you go. Are you recorded?
I am.
Sorry, I don't mind.
I was just doing it for like...
2 a.m. anyway.
Yeah, you're the Martian, remember?
Go for it, go for it.
I was doing it for my blog. I just want
Of course, yeah.
to help people. Okay, here we go.
Wait, babe, you're going to do it for your blog. You got to tag me in it then.
Oh, okay, and then you do want people to know who you are.
I'll give you my name.
Okay, perfect.
Omar, just hold your... Wait, but it's not recording us.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Alright, so no temperature, okay?
No, I'm fine right now.
Symptoms. What are some of your symptoms?
Sore throat. I'm having a bit of chest pains, stomach ache. Last night I was like a bit like a low type of fever. I felt hot and then cold, hot and cold, stuff like that. And that's
Shortness of breath?
that somewhat, yes. Yeah,
Somewhat?
yeah.
The best number to reach you?
It's 973 342 5267.
.98 full stop, perfect. Alright, you ready?
Yeah. Is this gonna hurt?
Let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this over with.
Alright, so we're gonna do 3 swaps, okay? One of them is your throat, and the other one are 2 nose swaps. One is COVID, the other one is flu shot.
Okay.
The flu shot.
The flu. The flu.
Did you get your flu shot?
No, actually I did not.
Oh no, Omar didn't get his flu shot.
Mm-mm.
First one is COVID, okay? Up the nose.
Okay. Here we go.
Good job. Alright, I picked his brain.
I felt it touch my brain.
Alright.
It's like a reset button. Yikes. I mean, my eyes water.
Yep.
Oof.
Next one. Perfect. Got him again.
Oh my God. All of them up the nose?
No. This last one is on your throat, okay?
Okay, hopefully this one's a little easier.
Yeah. Perfect. That's for strep throat, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Alright, you're good?
That's it. I'm good.
Yeah.
How would I know about the results?
So the results are going to be back now, like 10 minutes tops.
Oh, so I
okay?
wait right here?
Yeah.
Oh,
wait for them.
perfect. Oh my God, I'm getting the results today? I thought I was waiting. I thought they were supposed to call me for the results. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Okay, my eyes are watering, but not because I'm crying, but just because that little swab made my nose water. But let's see what's going on with this. Inshallah, it's negative. Please be negative. If it's positive, then you know. Oh crap! Let me disinfect my hand because I noticed how she put the little, I guess, it's supposed to check your heartbeat or your pulse on your finger. I'm not really sure. I'm not a nurse, so I wouldn't really know. But she put it on my bare finger, and I wonder how many other people that thing has been on. So I gotta disinfect. I got my handy dandy Lysol, and I got a nice bottle of bleach. You know, gotta stay clean. Gotta kill these germs. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that hand sanitizer does nothing for the coronavirus. I'm not sure if it's true, but that's just what I heard. You can Google it. I don't quote me on that, but that's why, just in case, I don't use hand sanitizer. I use bleach, regular soap and water, and Lysol. So Lysol says on the can it kills the coronavirus. So, you know. Let's get this show on the road, man. I feel good though. I mean, if I do have it, I think I have a pretty good chance of beating it, because I'm not like, short of breath and nothing like that. I did say that to her right now. Notice how I contradicted myself from what I've told you guys. But if you recall, I told you earlier that I was experiencing some symptoms, and I was having a hard time getting them to agree to give me a test to test me. And this is through my actual primary doctor, Riverside Medical Group. They actually have their own testing, so I don't have to go to a state-run test facility. But I was having a hard time, so I had to not lie. I didn't lie, but I hyperbolated a little bit. I may have had shortness of breath at the beginning. I no longer do now, but I said I still do, just because I knew that if I said I didn't, they would give me an even harder time to get and test. So I just had to lay it on kind of thick for them to be able to really give me a test. Now, I know these tests are limited, but at the end of the day, I feel as though everybody's life is important. So if I know that I'm positive, I know that I can, I'll stay away from my family, like my mother, my father, my kids, my girl, and my pregnant girl. Like I would have to, if I live in the same house with them. So it's like I can't. So if I'm positive, I know that I have to go off somewhere and see if I go into a family member's house or in the basement of somebody's house, something to quarantine myself properly. Whereas though if I'm negative, I know that I can still stay at the house with my mother, or not my mother, I'm sorry, in the house with my girl, stuff like that. Here we go. Here's the results. Let's see.
Are you gonna send me the video?
Yeah, I'll definitely send you the video. Thank you.
I put my IG in there. Where do you post it?
I posted on my IG and on my Facebook.
This is an H.
H?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you post it, tag it, and then
I got
will
you.
you let me repost it?
Got you. Absolutely. I'm definitely gonna tag her. She seems like pretty. They got good people here. That's one thing. That's one thing I could say. Seems like they got good staff. Like Riverside Medical Group has pretty good workers and stuff. And you got to give it up to them, man. They're out here. Actually, I'm feeling kind of short of breath now. That's crazy. But seem like good people here. I feel good. I feel that I'm in good hands, even though if I am positive, they can't really cure me, but I feel like they would point me in the right direction to get some treatment for me to have a better shot at surviving it. But yeah, let's just see how this goes. Melissa H. I ain't gonna say the rest. But yeah, my life has been crazy. I don't know, I guess God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever name you want to call it, I guess that he has a plan for me. Because I've been through a lot, like I said, life been turmoil since I was a child. Been, been through some stuff. Like I said, I did 7 years in prison recently. I went in 2010 and I came out 2017. Basically all my 20s, the majority of my adult life, I've been incarcerated. And so, I've seen a lot in there. I've been through like solitary confinement. I was in solitary confinement for almost a year, and they say that more than 15 days in isolation is it does irreversible damage to the human brain, and it leads trauma, right? I've done it for more than a year, almost a year actually. So I've been in solitary confinement, and here in the state of New Jersey, they call it administrative segregation. I've been in lockup in the hole while I was incarcerated. I've seen some things on the street growing up. I've been through some turmoil, and to be honest with you, nothing is more frightening than this right here, to me. Because anything that I've been through in the street growing up, when I was in that lifestyle, anything that I've been through in the prison systems, and I felt like I still had some type of say. I still had a way to fight. It was still somewhat in my control. Like, I knew how to maneuver and how to be able to protect myself. With this virus, everything is so unknown. It's like you're just at its mercy. At the mercy of the virus. If it hits you hard and it kills you, there's really nothing much you can do about it. There's no vaccine. There's no medicine that can save you. There's no judge that can free you. There's no anything. It's just, you're at the mercy of this coronavirus, this COVID-19. And that's the scary part. The scary part is that we have no control of this. All we can do is document how it progresses, so that in the future, we might be able to develop a vaccine and stuff like that. But as of right now, we're just going with the flow, man. We're riding this wave. And that's the scary part, because even in prison, I always, I knew how to defend myself. I knew how to maneuver. I knew how to make sure that I was safe and that I would make it home to my family. Here, there's nothing that I can do but just the regular home remedies like vitamin C, vitamin D, probiotics and antibiotics and all this stuff. Like, it's the only thing I can do. But at the end of the day, you can do all that. And if the virus decides that it's taking your life, it's taking your life. And there's nothing that any hospital or any doctor can do for you right now. And it's just crazy. It's really, it's traumatizing, But, you got to give it up to the people that are still fighting, regardless of how hopeless it may seem right now. You got people like this young lady that still comes to work and is actually in the front lines testing people, risking possibly contracting the virus. I mean, God forbid it happens, but that's the possibility that they face, and they're still coming to work. We got officers still going to work. We got nurses and even people delivering food. Such a task that seems minute and it seems like it's just irrelevant during this season, and with everything going on, even them, they deserve a praise too, because they're still providing a service and making sure that people eat. If they didn't have no delivery drivers, which is, you don't need to have a degree or be a courageous. When you apply to a delivery job at a pizzeria, you never thought, oh, I'm going to be risking my life for it. And there's people that are still, I have my mother, she's still out here delivering food. And without that, people really couldn't eat, because if all restaurants close and there's no delivery and people, don't have enough food in their house or don't cook or don't know how to cook or something like that, they'd be, pretty much screwed. So even them, you got to give it up to all these workers, all the essential workers. They deserve it. The truck drivers, from a truck driver to a doctor with a PhD, from a food delivery person to a nurse, everybody needs to be, recognized and appreciated. So, like I said, I've been through a lot, but this right here is one of the most worrisome times. Especially now that I'm expecting a child, I would wish, I feel like I'm being blessed. Hopefully, I'm still here. I was experiencing symptoms, so I had to come get tested. But yeah, that's about it. Let's see what these results say. I don't know has it been 10 minutes yet or not. I don't know. I know it's been 23 minutes on the video. I mean, listen, like, if we would have taken this more serious right from the onset, right from when China was getting it and we started to see the potential it had, maybe we would have been in a better position. And we can't blame the government. We can't blame people, because at the end of the day, like, everybody has their reasons for reacting the way they reacted. Maybe somebody, like, we were on a high horse. We thought we were untouchable. Being in the United States, we were invincible. We were untouchable. We don't get plagued with stuff like that. And look, it happened. And now we surpassed any country in the world with the number of positive coronavirus tests, the number of deaths. We surpassed all that. And this being the strongest country and the richest country in the world, we actually surpass people's numbers. 1 second, I think I'm getting the results right now. Yeah.
You were negative for everything.
Thank God. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. All righty. Negative for everything. I'm negative for COVID. I'm negative for strep. I'm negative for every fucking thing. Thank God. Pardon my language. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to edit that out of the video so that I can be able to post it in places. But whoo, I'm gonna figure out where I want to post this. I don't know if it's gonna be in the either on my YouTube, or most likely my YouTube because it's a long video, or my Instagram, my Facebook, or something like that. What is this guy doing? I can't make it pass. I'm sorry, it's a big Yukon truck. It really isn't his fault. He's a big truck. But oh my God. Okay, that's cool. I had to test. I had to try. Let me put this back on because I don't want to contract it now. I had to try because for the sake of my unborn child and the sake of my family, I can't just, I don't know. Some people, I got into a bit of a back and forth with a friend of mine, a close friend of mine, who I consider like my brother. He was explaining to me his point of view that he wouldn't want to get tested, whether he's positive or negative. He wouldn't want to get tested because he says that he put up the argument that even if you're negative or positive, you're supposed to be taking precautionary measures all the same. Even if you're negative or you're positive, you still have to self-quarantine, you still have to wash your hands, you still have to maintain social distancing and all that. But I explained, my point of view was that even if I'm negative or positive, like, I still need to know. Like, I would, as a human being, I think we have a right to know what's going on with our own bodies, and how, like, to me, uncertainty is more petrifying. Yeah, it's more petrifying than actually knowing. Like, if that lady would have came back and said, Omar, you're positive for COVID, you have it, I would have felt a weight off my chest, believe it or not, because I know now that these symptoms I'm not, I'm experiencing for a reason. Whereas though, if I'm just sitting here like, oh no, I'm just gonna, I feel like people that refuse to get tested might do it out of a fear of knowing, because they feel like if they know psychologically, they're gonna go for a downfall and maybe start feeling worse because psychologically they know that they have the virus. But it shouldn't be that way. It should be, for the sake of society, you should know if you have it or not, so that you're not going to spread it to people around you, especially if you're an essential worker. The person I was talking to, which is a close friend of mine, he's considered an essential worker. So how could you not want to know? Because you're still going to work. So say if you do have it, but you don't have any symptoms, then what? You're going to work and you're risking spreading it to anybody else. And then they spread it to their family, and then their family spreads it to anybody else. And next thing you know, you're perpetuating the virus. But either way, I'm glad I got tested. I encourage everybody, please go get tested. Please take this seriously. Please take this seriously. I say it again, please take this seriously. This is no joke. Social distancing is real. You need to practice it in order to survive, in order for this thing to be over. Wash your hands. Stay away from your family that's a little older, just in case you don't want to transmit the virus to them. Even though you don't have any symptoms, you can still be carrying the virus. So wash your hands, practice social distancing, use gloves, throw out your gloves after every use, use a face mask, throw out your face mask after every use, disinfect and clean things down, stay to yourself, don't go out too much, don't go partying or be like these other people that find it hard to be by themselves. Use this time as a time to meditate, as a time to build yourself, to psychologically become stronger, as I did when I was in the penitentiary. I used that time to better myself. I read a lot of books, work out, meditate. This is the time right now. God and Allah is telling us right now. God is telling us right now. Everybody needs to relax and sit down for a minute. Like, everybody needs to just chill and relax, because everybody was so wound up, especially here in the tri-state area next to New York and Philadelphia and New Jersey. Everybody's so high strung. I gotta go to work, I gotta drop the kids off, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And then tensions are like, anxiety is through the roof, mental health is through the roof because of that type of lifestyle. And I guess God was just wanted to sit us down and tell us to relax, to take it easy, right? And use this. Don't panic. Just be cautious. That's it. It's better to be cautious now, because believe me, you do not want to get found positive. I have family members and friends that have gotten found positive of COVID, and they regret not taking the precautions. It's better to prevent it than to try to beat it. Beat it. Everyone, let's come up with a challenge. Beat the virus before even contracting it. And you know how you beat it before you contract it? You stop yourself from contracting it. You know? Anyway, this has been fun. I'm happy that, I'm negative. Everybody stay safe, and I'm signing out. Once again, this is Omar. Follow me on Instagram, Omar, OMAR_DGAF. That's OMAR_DGAF. And follow me on Facebook. Is Omar Mata, which is OMAR, M as in Maria, ATA, Omar Mata, and on Facebook from Newark, New Jersey. Follow me on Snapchat, Omar. On Snapchat is Northward O. So it's NORTHWARD, and then the letter O. So Northward O on Snapchat. And I'm gonna be tagging the nurse that took the exam for me. Hopefully, somebody sees this and learns from it. Like, don't be scared to go get tested, because you'll feel better after you do, after you know the results. All right, everyone, please. I know there's a shortage, so I know that. So, but if you're experiencing symptoms, don't be scared to go get tested. If you're experiencing symptoms, do not be scared to go get tested. Everybody, be safe, and social distance is the key. All right.